Well, episode 2 of the newly renamed Mainly Wrestling Show. I'm joined once again by Lacey Almeida and John Jacobs. I'm Jack Milner, the Vince McMahon of this three-man booth. More the Excalibur. I definitely belong in a mask. But we're here to look at...
I think it would help you.
Yeah, Lucy's Jay. You are definitely Tony Schiavone, but well, that's a good thing I don't know. We're here to look at superstars of wrestling. This will be a throwback to Lucy's childhood.
Ooh.
Probably a little bit too young, but this is a June 26th, 1993 episode of WWF Superstars. Shout out to Nick Opaleski, who requested this in via our Facebook channel. So thank you for that.
Thanks, Nick.
We should probably hold fire on the thanks.
Let's wait and
we should
see
hold fire on the thanks
is.
until we know how good this episode is, right? He may just really not like us, and it's awful, and it's like an hour of punishment. But listen, you've had a quick look through the cards. I think we've got Mr. Hughes versus Tito Santana. I think the bio has Bam Bam Bigelow, Doink the Clown, the Head Shrinkers. Strange era, right? Strange time.
There's a lot of Hall of Famers in that list that you've just read out. So,
Virgil?
Yeah.
Shout out to Soul Train Jones, who's probably having some bad health issues. But Virgil, fingers crossed for speedy recovery.
What a time. What a time. I mean, I looked forward to, I don't know when this played in England, but it played on Saturday morning where I lived. And it was like, we didn't have a lot of access to wrestling. So having a second show at the time was cool because, at this point in time, Raw was pretty new. So then it was cool to have Saturday morning Superstars. So we appreciate it for what it was, but I mean, it's just full of cartoon characters. That's all it is at this point.
And do you think a little bit of this is creeping back in? Like I dipped into have a look at NXT the other week, and it seems very much of this type of new generation concept where they're just hiring hot girls now, right? Like all the girls are now just kind of smoke shows. All the guys are just very over the top, exaggerated characters. It's a bit of a weird show from the old NXT.
I mean, I like NXT, and I obviously it's been one of my favorite brands. But I can understand what you're saying. I think it's not just on NXT. It's everywhere. Like everybody has to have some type of standout gimmick, and it's that delicate balance between having a gimmick that people remember and just being, like you said, over the top, right?
Yeah. JJ, do you remember anything of the new? And you're obviously just a baby, I know. Of the new generation.
First of all, JJ and I are the same age.
Are you?
Yes.
I mean, for a couple months, I think we're the same age.
For most of the year, we're the same age.
JJ, you weren't watching up until a lot later on.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. I know the names of some of these people.
So what does the Head Shrinkers or Virgil mean to you?
Virgil, wasn't he like a manager for a lot of people? And no, am I thinking of someone else? I thought
he was the $1 Million Man's servant.
He was the bodyguard. Virgil.
Okay, all right, okay. And he goes to wrestling cons and
as a wrestling meme.
and has an empty queue in front of him. That's about the extent of my knowledge of him. Doink the Clown held the IC title for a long time. Has a clown gimmick, I can tell you.
He never won the IC title.
Don't ask me what I know and then tell me that I don't know what I know. I know stuff, yeah.
Don't ask me what I know, then tell me that I don't know what I know.
He knows, okay?
And what I'm telling you is, I don't know a lot about this era. I just say, I know the names.
I feel like we're getting an insight into your arguments.
We go further down the card to the main event. I know some Mr. Perfect. I've seen the throwing basketballs for a long way out and thinking him.
Well, let's just watch. It's just easy to watch, right, and endure. It's 46 minutes. It's on.
I'm here to learn.
You're here to learn. www.com/episode/superstars-151517. Let's see, for you North Americaners on the cock, where do you have to go to?
For us poor unfortunate souls on Peacock, it is Superstars Season 8, Episode 26, June 26, 1993.
I've just seen that we have Bastion Booger on here as well. Like, fucking hell, this era was Thank God for Brett and Sean. That's all I'll say.
Back time.
Actually,
back
that's
time.
wrong. That's wrong. Thank God for Brett. Anyway, we're gonna click. We're gonna click play in 3, 2, 1. This is the very old.
El Matador, in just a
intro.
few minutes in the ring, Mr. Hughes is going to destroy you and
Let's see, who's
destroy
that manager?
everything you stand.
Tito Santana.
Just like
Manager.
he destroyed the Undertaker and took away everything
Jim
he
Cornette's
stood
little brother.
Harvey
for.
Whippleman.
Who's the manager?
That's Harvey Whippleman.
Harvey Whippleman. Yeah.
Come on.
Downtown Bruno, who is one of the guys.
Oh, I thought you said. I'm sorry. I thought you said who's the matador. You said who's the manager.
Olé.
Isn't this the guy that they had like set to have like a big feud with the Undertaker, and then they realized he was shit, and it never really happened? Or
He came. So Mr. Hughes, he was Mr. Perfect's like healer, bodyguard at first, and he came back again. But if
There's
you
a lot of
listen,
bodyguarding back then.
if you listen to JR's podcast, he had real bad sleep apnea or sleep something or other.
right?
So when they're there on tour or something, he'd just in airports and fall asleep, and they all thought he was just on drugs. Look at him, disgraceful. Got rid of him, sacked him. Like he'd just pass out, and they thought he was just smacked up his tits. Yeah. But Harvey Whippleman, Downtown Bruno from Memphis Wrestling,
Why has he got the urn?
Because he
I think
stole
from The
it.
Undertaker.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, all right. I wasn't
But,
on the right lines then.
Harvey Whippleman looked after The Rock when he first went to Memphis in 1996, hence why The Rock did a big thing on social media last year. He bought him like this big 4x4, big, huge car as a way of looking after him when he was first breaking into
He was
business.
little.
Yeah,
Isn't that nice?
that's a reason I like things like that. That's
It's very nice. You know what I don't like? I don't like the fact that they
stereotypical
just are
gimmicks.
out here calling him El Matador. Like he's Tito Santana.
Put
We
some
love him as
respect on that man's name. One of the best ever intercontinental champions from the 80s.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew
You don't remember
someone on
they
this card
made,
was an intercontinental champion.
they made
Close enough.
Tony Atlas Sama Simba. They just dressed him up like some, I don't know, like African tribal type dance attire.
Like-
You mean WWF used racial epithets to denote characters?
Get out of here.
No.
King.
I
Tito
really like
Santana
Mr.
has a
Hughes'
Hispanic
wrestling
name,
attire.
so he's turned into a matador.
Great.
Like,
El Matador.
Look at this. The
Like,
slacks and everything.
when
I
you
thought he
look
was
at
going
this-
to rip that off, but no.
when
Yeah.
you look
wearing
at things like El Matador, I just see NXT 2.0.
Oh, stop. No, I don't think we're
As
there
in, like,
yet.
I don't watch NXT on this thing.
I don't think that.
Ugh. Why is he wrestling in sunglasses?
No, and the thing is,
that's the most wrestling thing about his attire.
Yeah. So
He's
you
wearing
see,
dress
he has like
shoes.
a strap like cutting into his head to keep them on.
Like, what are we watching right now?
You know what though? For a man his size,
He could
he's
fly
smart
them
out
ropes,
there.
buddy.
At that
Wow.
size, in those clothes, moving like that.
You can take
That
an arm drag.
size, those clothes, that speed, star.
But yeah, him and Mr. Perfect were great together. He just looks really weird, Harvey Whippleman. With his little
Does he
tie.
ever not?
Yeah.
I think Harvey Whipple, well, because I mean, he was WWE for a long time. Remember, after this, he managed a few other people. He managed, memorably for me, Bertha Faye. And he was even like a referee at some point. Like he was there a long time.
Yeah, and he was always, I think for a while, he was there just whoever was the Undertaker's like fought. He was, he first came in as Kamala's manager, I think, right?
Mhm,
Or
yeah.
one of because he had a manager and he had a handler again.
Speaking of racial epithets,
You know what? I love
Oh.
Kamala.
From the deepest, darkest Africa.
Kamala
Oh,
had
that's a big
Kimchi,
group. Kamala and
Kimchi.
Kimchi, yeah.
tell
who's
you what,
Steve
you couldn't put that
Lombardi.
on TV anymore.
You know, someone was they were supposed to be really bad if they had two guys with him at ringside. So when Slaughter came down and he had Colonel Mustafa and General Adnan, like, oh, He's going to
You
hit
know
the end, isn't he?
We
Look at
gotta.
it. Look at that dastardly manager.
We gotta. They had to keep Shiki Baby on the payroll.
He did not like that.
He didn't. He stayed on his feet though.
He's impervious to pain, guys.
I just can't get over the sunglasses, man. That's just.
Listen, when you have a wrestling match at 3, but you have to drive a limousine at 4, that's what we're looking at right now.
You'll find that meme on wrestling, mainly wrestling, very soon. Tito still swag. I think Tito, he didn't last much longer than WWF after this, and then he ended up in ECW maybe for a couple of shots, maybe like the summer of '94.
Oh, he's turned it over. Oh, Hughes has done it.
Shocking.
Tito Santana came back and wrestled Jeff Jarrett as a one-off in WCW around 99, 2000, and it was so bad he never wrestled on national television again. So,
Well, he was probably past the time by then.
He was past his prime, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Now the
right.
time waits for no man.
Well, there you go.
Exactly. We're all getting older, especially me.
Tito is a week shy of 40 years old. No, he's just turned 40 years old, so,
Here.
Something interesting happened.
Look at the gorilla, my guy. I love Gorilla Monsoon. I loved his glasses. He was just such a company man. Look at him wearing the WWF blazer.
He was like that nice granddad.
Yeah, exactly. He
would always have a Werther's original for you. I had the IRS figure. I had the Undertaker one as well.
Go on the Steiners.
And we've just seen Rick in WCW in 1989. Doesn't look much different.
$1 Million Man and is that IRS? Yeah, okay.
Mike Rotundo, yeah, another Varsity Club guy. Georgia, are you? Shoosh.
Shoosh, please. That's being a bit loud, apparently.
Yeah, I was told about earlier. Yeah. So
there they are.
This is a bit different in terms of where. So the Steiners have gone and won the belts, and this is Rick and Scott. Let's track it because the Steiner boys look terrific here.
Belts now, and we're gonna keep them. We worked all our lives to be WWF Tag Team Champions. We're gonna work that much harder to keep them for a long time.
Well, there you have it, folks. Signed, sealed, and delivered. It is a fact right now. Steiner Brothers are indeed the reigning WWF Tag Team Champions. But Rick and Scott, I got news for you. Guys, it's not going to be easy to hold on to those belts. I can see it right now.
The Steiners won the belts on a house show. And again, this is just a different era. It's for me, every time I hear Bron Breakker speak, I just hear Scott Steiner. I know he's Rick's son, but he sounds so much like Scott. Just me.
They definitely have that same voice and style of talking. I mean, he does the barking really nicely too. So
a little bit shouty.
Macho Man, oh yeah.
It's so funny when you see all when they're like, why would you ever put Macho Man on commentary with that voice?
Well, the thing is, I can't really do the Macho voice. This is, I think, the King's first few forays into commentary.
One of these stuck around and one of these did not. Out of the commentary team.
Yes. Is he still on there now?
It's your boy, former IC champ.
This was the good version of Doink in Matt Bourne.
If I had watched this at 3 years old, I would have had nightmares.
I hated Doink. This genuinely scared me as a child.
Well, because this was scary Doink. Remember later, Doink got friendly, but he was scary.
Matt Bourne was a massive hero in the mid-'80s and take that out of your mouth, you man.
What on earth? Why would they cut to that?
I don't know. Kevin Dunn. He was a great heel in Mid-South and the territories, Matt Bourne, but he was, again, another guy with substance problems, and they had to replace him after about a year. Yeah, he had a bit of program with, I think, with Brett, didn't he, as well? He's terrifying. I mean, the idea of an evil clown is genius.
Genius.
Just the execution.
I mean, he's good at it. He is good at it.
You replaced him. He really wasn't very good. Yeah, another guy. So Matt Bonney is 36. He's been around the territories for 15 years.
Who did you say this is?
Matt Bourne. And the idea of the Doink character was from Road Warrior Hawk.
He just almost dropped that guy on his head. That's what he just almost did. Look at that. We need to bring this submission back. I like that one.
What the hell is that?
I like it. Approve. Bring that back.
Just the theme music is brilliant. It's just so creepy. Nice belly to belly as well.
This is a guy called Scott Dane.
The jobber.
Yeah.
What came from him after this? Just so I know.
Say again.
What came from Mr. Dane after this?
Very, 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 very little. His pro fight DB has one card, one match. Doink the Clown defeated Scott Dane on this episode of Superstars.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well, at least he made it here. Good for you, sir.
There you go.
Wait a minute, Yoko's champion right now. June 26th.
Look at him.
Oh, right, yeah, right. I got my dates from here.
Oh, Colin.
So Yoko beat Hogan at King of the Ring, which was like the week before.
Oh, Colin. I love Master Fuji.
Speaking of racial epithets.
You know something? Let me tell you something, as my mother would say. Let me tell you something. Master Fuji was perfect for managing him because Yokozuna, he shouldn't have talked. The way that they had him like this, once he started talking,
and, because
stuff,
he's not Japanese.
That too. So just leave it alone. Leave it alone, big dog. But like he was an absolute machine. Like they should have kept him build like that. Then then they turned him face, and well, he had his time in Camp Cornette and I know there was a lot going on with Vader, Bulldog, Owen, he should have just kept going.
I think it's the same with Kane, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved the human side of Kane and when X-Pac broke his heart, but he was an absolute monster when he never spoke a word.
Leave them that way. We need that. This is leading up to when Luger was on the Lex Express.
On the USS Battleship or USS something? I don't know. This is the Lex Express time.
Lex was driving up and down these roads on that bus.
This is the man that saw The Undertaker cry during his Hall of Fame speech.
I loved Crush.
Brian Adams.
Crush was one of my favorite wrestlers at this time.
I had
Did you say you had a crush on Crush?
No, I didn't have a crush on Crush. I just thought he was cool because he was from Hawaii. So
speaking of JJ, you should say the line.
What?
Say the line.
Go on.
Speaking of.
Intercontinental champions? I don't know what's happening. Speaking of racial epithets. Rikishi Fatu here. Speaking of racial epithets.
That's it.
That is him, right?
Yes, that's him.
The young Rikishi.
Do you remember we watched Raw from 1996 2 weeks ago, and it was him as Fatu being beaten by, was it Vader? And that was his time as, he was like yo, I'm the street guy. I'm going to schools and telling
Make a
kids
difference.
stay in school. And then 6 months later, he was the Sultan. He had like, oh, it's Bill Alfonso there, refereeing. He had 7 gimmicks until Rikishi Fatu finally stuck. It's unreal how they persisted with him when they wouldn't have done other people.
You know what though? Like when you see those people that go through like a few changes, I think another good example of that is The Godfather, right? He started off as Papa Shango.
Exactly what we said 2 weeks ago when we recorded it.
Just went through. He's like the only person to appear at WrestleMania in like 4 different gimmicks or something. Like, but he hit his stride with The Godfather. So
yeah.
I guess I don't know. I know what you're saying, Jack, because it's like how do you choose who you stick with and who you don't stick with?
Yeah,
it's impossible to do these days, isn't it? Because everyone, you know, has all this access to everything. So whereas Fatu, Rikishi, whatever, you can repackage him and people might not recognize things. They got a completely different look. You look at him now, and then 5 years later, you see Rikishi Fatu. You might not notice that they're the same person.
It's true.
But whereas now you can't do that, you know.
Yeah.
As soon as someone's got a new name, a new gimmick, it's over all the dirt sheets, it's all over social media, and people go, no, why could you name him that? I know him as this. You can't do that.
I mean, I think it's a bit amusing though. JJ, you and I both watched the current product. So like with a good example now is like Elias and Ezekiel, right? Like they're kind of poking fun at it because they're like, I'm not Elias, I'm Elias's brother, whatever. Like, but they're at least like acknowledging the fact that it's like, okay, cool. You guys repackaged this guy, you rebranded him, and this is who he is now, and you're gonna like it.
Right.
So I mean, it is what it is.
Well, I think
Jack
there's a good example with Butch, right? Or Pete Dunne. Like we know Pete Dunne because you know we've watched NXT, we've seen like all of the UK stuff, but random guy that watches Raw every week that doesn't watch NXT or whatever, or random guy that comes in and watches a pay-per-view and sees Butch and has never heard of Pete Dunne. I think Pete Dunne or Butch or whatever you want to call him now is doing good work in this character that he's got and could get himself over on the main roster. And that's what we all want to see at the end of the day, right? We want to see these guys who we think are talented get over on the main roster and make their money and do good stuff. So who really cares? You can agree or disagree with the way that Vince or whoever in the back makes these decisions and writes these stories. But at the end of the day, they go through a few character changes, they find something that clicks and it works. You can see the same with Chad Gable. He's been Chad Gable, he's been, you know, Shorty G, and now he's got this new thing with Otis, and it's actually finally working for him, and people are seeing him for the talent that he is. I think both in the ring and on the mic. So
yeah,
sometimes you just have to forget the shit that you think you know and stop being such a quote unquote mark and just enjoy what's put in front of you. If you enjoy it, you
just
don't
enjoy
have to
it.
look too deeply at things, you know.
Yes. Stop applying logic. Remove your emotions. Just enjoy where we are. Breathe it in, man. Jack is so tired of us.
No, JJ's right. I mean, it's you can't really apply any logic to it. It's just, and that's probably where people go wrong. I mean, look at this nonsense.
All the people that like us that you know watch indies or watch UK wrestling or have these people come up. You see someone like Pete Dunne, you're like, oh, you know, I heard about him in Birmingham and he's gone to NXT UK and he was in the UK tournament that they had, and we've seen good stuff with in his matches on NXT with the guy whose name I've forgotten, but they had like fucking incredible matches like 4 or 5 years ago. But that was 4 or 5 years ago. He's not really done anything since. So repackage him, give him something new. If he has an amazing time with it and does well, then fair play to the guy.
Yeah, I hope he does well. I really like him, and I mean, you guys know I love British things, so it doesn't take much.
Tyler Bate. Pete Dunne versus Tyler Bate matches are amazing.
What is Lex doing? What is happening?
He's a baby.
This guy just follows us around. He just follows us around. All the shows that we watch, he just somehow appears.
I must say, thus far,
go away.
You have been
He's a narcissist here?
quite impressive
No,
indeed.
he can't be.
You know how to take a compliment, don't you?
Sometimes I actually render myself basically speechless, Gene. When I look into this monitor and I gaze at myself, I am just awestruck. I don't know what to say right now. You have another question for me?
Well, I've got a number
Actually,
of
he is
questions
as the
I'd like to
narcissist
pose to
now.
you.
It's next
Lex
year
Luger,
that's
the
the
king of the
Lexus
ring, is
Express
come and
because he
gone,
just
and
debuted at
actually,
a couple months
if you
ago, and he
don't
just had his
move
first
forward,
WrestleMania at
some
9 when
say
all
you
the girls
move
with the
backward.
mirrors.
Do you think that would be the case with your career?
I'm sure though,
Well, Gene,
93.
Obviously, you're not keeping in touch
It's
with
SummerSlam
reality.
93
There
where
has
he beats
never,
Yokozuna by
ever
DQ,
Is it
and the
93 or
balloons
90?
come down like he's won the
Federation,
title.
myself, the narcissist Lex Luger. As a matter of
Because
fact,
94,
I
it's
am
him
at
and
this point in
Brett,
time
right?
He just
the
called
At the
himself the
last year in the
narcissist, Lex
Rumble,
Luger, so yeah.
and Vince goes on the
It's just a
biggest crowd
matter of
reaction, which
time
is Brett.
before I own the whole ball of wax.
And then
You
Brett
know,
beats
that
Yokozuna at
rubber around
WrestleMania
my
10,
waist.
despite
Well,
losing to Owen in the
of course,
first match of the
a little tough
night.
for me to answer. Lex Luger, hypothetically.
But you
let's
know,
talk
Vince
about
looked at Lex and
Bret
went,
the Hitman
"God,
Hart.
God,
A
look
couple of
at
weeks
him.
ago, he won the
How can
King
you
of the
not
Ring
cheer this
tournament.
guy?
This
Look
man
at
is
I
a
those."
love when you
World
do
Wrestling
Vince.
Federation
You
champion.
apply a
And,
very
you
similar
kind of
voice
introduced him
for Vince and Hunter,
to
but
that
like you just
right
like do like a
elbow of
tiny bit
yours
more
the
rasp.
hard way
Hunter's
at
a
that
lot,
brunch just
a lot
before WrestleMania
slower. Like
9.
Harley
Well,
Race
this
told
steel
me, you
plate
gotta
that's been surrounded is
just
just
take it
one
easy.
weapon
Man.
in the vast arsenal I possess because there has never been, Gene, a more physically
go, the
gifted
steel
wrestler
plate,
here in the World
guys.
Wrestling
He's got some
Federation.
very
I lack none of the
His
essentials.
nails look
I
nice.
have no shortcomings.
That's what I was
I have the
thinking.
height, the size,
If
the
you're my
looks,
boyfriend,
the
your nails need
aggressiveness,
to look
the
like
wrestling
that.
ability, the experience, the mean streak,
I
every
cut them
single
once every 10
ingredient. If
days,
you could
more or
create
less.
the perfect
All
wrestler,
gone.
the ultimate wrestler, the man of the 90s, the wrestler of the 90s here in the World Wrestling Federation, you're looking at it.
All right, Lex Luger, I was fortunate enough to have my secretary on hand to take all of that down. Thank you. We'll get it back to you in a memo. Stay tuned.
Mean Gene is
We're gonna
so
be back
funny.
with more after this.
Gene is low. Honestly, Gene in the Nitro era, the way he sets things up, because it's obviously Tony, back to you. Mr. Vince's voice when he wants to get something that's really important across.
Is
This is Razor versus the 1-2-3 kid.
Yeah, and this
It's
is
a flashback from Raw, right?
Razor at the moment here. The kid's 22 and a babyface. Razor's a heel.
Yeah.
That would flip within about 18 months.
listen to Vince. Vince is so lit.
They got him now. I've never seen Earl
Such a
Hebner
quick
move as
count.
quick.
I was gonna say
Count
Hebner
is
is
so
going. So on a list of like iconic refs, is Earl Hebner at the top?
I think he's on a Mount Rushmore, yeah.
He has to be.
Al Hebner, Mike Chioda,
Mike Chioda, my guy.
Teddy Long,
Tommy
Teddy-
Young.
is he up there?
Tommy Young.
And
Oh yeah, you love Tommy Young.
and Lil
Hold on.
Nate.
Little Nate. Hold on, wait. Honorable mention: Nick Patrick, the NWO referee.
Listen, all I would say is
Pee Wee, what do you
fuck
call it?
Bryce Remsburg.
What?
What was that?
Fuck Bryce Remsburg. That's all I'm saying.
He will never get any love from you, Jojo. I don't know who.
None
There's a
from
guy
me.
called Todd Sinclair, who is low key the best referee of the last 20 years.
Okay.
Do you know who he
Take my
is?
No.
Short ginger hair, like chubby guy, but of like, oh wow, he nearly took his neck. Like Ring of Honor's massive bangers of tag matches in like 05, 6, 7. He
He's
was running
great. He
around.
gets a lot of heat.
Oh, Todd Sinclair is so great.
Yeah, he's great.
One of my favorite matches of all time is the Machine Guns against the Briscoes in Chicago 2007. And he's a big guy, and he's like running around the ring like a lunatic. The Dragon Gate 6-man that got 5 stars, WrestleMania weekend 2006. He was the referee for that. And again, he's running around just to try and chase after these Dragon Gate guys.
Did you see the ref botch for the Young Bucks match in AAA last week? You know the AAA show where Sammy Guevara and
Oh, I didn't know the books on the card as well.
Bucks on the card.
Oh, right.
I assume it was the same show. It was I saw on BTE.
Go ahead.
They were,
We're gonna.
they were in Monterey. But anyway, the ref, I don't know, counted the 3 when he shouldn't have. I mean, I guess he didn't know the finish and just counted the 3 and completely botched it. And then I think it was one of the Jacksons, I can't remember which one, just like just kind of kept telling him it's hard for me to explain it. You have to go and watch it. But he was like, count it again, and just held him down. Count it again, count it down. They fucked up the finish basically. Speaking of referees in mad tag team matches, just reminded me of that.
I like the fact to tell you they can't just tell you that there's $10,000 in there. It's actually written on the bag, so you implicitly know.
Because there's not really.
What do you mean? Oh no! Oh yes.
Oh no!
So weird to know that within 12 months, both Bobby and Gina both moved to WCW.
This is the best match on the card, and it's not even on the card.
Don't you hate when that happens?
Oh.
Was that? Did he? What?
He fell.
Did
He tripped and fell. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
There's a lot going on.
Wow.
Help!
That did not look
I'm
good.
going to send that to Matthew at Botchamania and give us a shout out.
I think, speaking of Matthew and Botchamania, I think he was the one that tweeted out that Triple A finish. So if you want to see it, you can find it on his Twitter somewhere.
I think at Matthew 2Fs on Twitter.
2F, yeah.
Good, you guys shouting people out. I love that.
That's what we do, Lissy.
That's what we do.
Nice moonsault.
Wow, that was really uncomfortable.
I didn't realize as well. The kid is at this point is already rested in Japan.
Take the bag.
He's so young.
He's such a little baby here. He's what, like 23
like, no,
or 24?
that bag has my counterfeit
He's younger
t-shirt
than
in.
that. Stay with please.
Oh my God. It's just so funny to see Vince like this.
Sean Waltman is 2 months away from being 21 at this age. He's 20 years old.
Some guy.
Just a
Sean Waltman will be 50 in July.
The tanker.
That's mental.
What?
Speaking of racial.
But you know what, though? Tatanka is actually Native American, so at least we got that part right.
If I was Sam at the WWE, they would stick a flat cap on me and bring me. They'd have me coming out with the teapot.
No, you come up with a. Oh wait, yeah. Okay, yeah, sorry, yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yorkshire tea.
Yeah.
I only drink Yorkshire tea. Oh my God.
Oh my God. I just think of the Survivor Series when he was on that team and like he was just eating chicken, like just disgustingly. It's just nasty. Ugh.
I mean, what's his role? How is he ever supposed to draw any money?
JJ, look him up. What happened to him after this?
Who, Bastian Booger?
I heard apparently it was Bruce Pritchard and Pat Patterson and Vince all just trying to find names for him. And Bruce was like, hey, why don't you just call him Bastian Booger? Bastian Booger. I love it. That's his name.
This is.
He's just like, I want to wear something that shows off my tip. All right, we've got that for you, buddy.
Right, like the outfit was terrible.
I mean, Virgil comes across as a star.
Does he?
In comparison.
Does he?
Oh.
I mean, by comparison, that's like, you know.
It's like comparing apples and toothpaste.
I've never heard that before in my life, but I will start to use that going forward. That's like comparing apples and toothpaste.
My best friend, she uses that all the time, and
That
it's
is
like
tremendous.
it's perfect.
It really is.
I don't know which one's the
Thanks,
toothpaste.
Paula.
Is that you, Mike Chioda, by the way, with the mullet?
I feel like we say this every time, and it's not. Yeah. No, but this
I think that might be Mike Chioda this
is.
time.
I don't know which one's the toothpaste. If it's Bastian because he's so white, or is it Virgil with those stripes?
Bastian has never seen an apple in his
Aquapress
life.
style.
That's Mike. That's definitely Mike Chioda. I can tell by the way he does his hands.
No, but those
That's
stripes on his trousers.
That's a really sad way of saying it. Mike Chioda has a certain way with his hands. He always goes like that to the guy. No. Oh, you've watched too much wrestling when.
Way too much wrestling.
Sorry. I got too carried away there.
Sorry, it's easy to do.
That is some mullet, though. JJ, have you ever thought about growing a mullet?
I used to have a
What?
mullet.
You used to have a mullet.
Yeah, back
When?
at
When you were
uni,
little?
yeah. Back at uni.
No.
Can we
I
have a
was clean
photo
shaven
for the
and I
social channels, please?
No, they're gone. Long gone, my friend. They don't exist anymore.
They don't
I
exist.
just-
I deleted my old Facebook account.
It's okay. We can get them back. I just can't
Oh.
believe that Nicole would date you with a mullet. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's supposed to be a woman of taste.
No, I got it cut into what at the time was a normal haircut, and now when I look back to it, still was also.
Was that the one where people would use straighteners, right, for that bit there?
The mullet, or I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about after I got the mullet cut.
My mates would grow their hair slightly long at the back and then straighten it, and it would be a little bit blonde. It was
My
a thing
hair
like
when I grew my hair
2007, 8,
out
9.
when I grew my hair out long, it always just stayed super straight. Like I've always had really straight hair. Like never had to straighten it. So, but yeah.
Wait a minute, you've missed Bastian Bugger beating Virgil here.
I'm just looking at this
Sorry.
like.
Is he supposed to be a big nasty heel in training?
Could you
Who's
just
next?
imagine?
He's Goldberg. Did you see that? Just went out to the camera and went, "Who's next?" He's Goldberg.
Oh, stop it!
He's stolen the gimmick. Goldberg
It's
wasn't a
just
thing
too
by now,
much.
right? When did Goldberg start being a thing?
Like in 1998,
Okay, so Goldberg just stole Bastian Bigger.
basically.
Yeah, wow. We've uncovered something here, guys, I think.
Oh my
Alright,
God,
I'm
men
into
on a
it.
mission.
Yeah, all right.
Speaking of racial,
Yo, it was just everywhere.
It's Viscera. Oh my God.
Viscera!
600-pound love machine.
It
Speaking
is,
of
no?
a man like just trying to find the right gimmick,
Yeah, he was around for a long time too.
wasn't he like
Yeah.
him and Lillian Garcia were a thing, right?
Oh my God.
Did you not recognize that? Did I pull
You better
something out?
recognize. Where's D'Lo?
There's so much going on. You know,
My
I
good
like
God.
this look.
See, I thought Bam Bam was really good with Luna.
I loved him with Luna. They
Yeah,
both
they're
have the
just like-
tattoos.
Luna
She looks-
Vachon. I love Luna.
She looked
She's the
mental in a nice way.
She's fucking awesome.
I still can't believe that X-Pac's not even 50. That's insane to me.
She looks terrified.
Who the hell is that?
Bam Bam Bigelow. Her name is Boney Blackstone.
What?
Her name is what?
Boney Blackstone.
Isn't like Boney M?
Like Boni and then Blackstone.
Is it Bonnie?
Boney.
As in like Bonnie Tyler?
No, that would be double N, I-E.
Are you thinking of Wilfred Boney, the
B-O-N-I.
Swansea striker?
Close, but with an I instead of a Y.
That's Bonnie.
It has to be
Right.
Bonnie.
It has to be
I-
Bonnie.
How do you say it? Wilfred Boney?
But that's Boney.
I just think it's Bonnie.
What is happening? I love that JJ's really tabled himself there.
I'm
Boney.
popping me. That's what happened.
This is
There's some
great.
guy said, but do you not fancy putting these things on TikTok? I still don't understand. I've tried. I don't understand how TikTok works. JJ, are you a TikToker? Are you too old?
No, too old.
Are you a what? Okay.
TikToker.
I was gonna say.
What do you call it? A talker?
I
A
don't
ticker? I don't fucking. Oh, it's been a long day,
We're
right?
so old. Honestly, like I just don't even want to do it with the TikToks.
Oh, he's involved in his new insurance policy. Speak of the devil.
Here she is.
Here she is.
Here she is. In all her glory.
All
She
of it.
was-
She's a Vashon. So why are you looking weird? You look like her, love. The daughter of Mad
so
Dog
good at
Vashon. Yeah. It was the veins onto the side of the head. That was so cool.
Yeah.
This is
Did
a
you
little
hear the
bit
chant?
this is
Did
a
you
little
guys hear the
bit
chant?
bondagey for the WWF superstars in '93, isn't it?
Very.
Did you hear the chant from the crowd? Very smart.
Didn't.
Lunatic, lunatic. Very good from them, I think. Just come up with that there, top of their head. Impressive.
Luna's so brilliant.
Lunatic, lunatic. Oh, that's
Beautiful.
cute. Bam Bam is trying to be really like put his arm around him without being too.
Doesn't want to be, yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot going on. I'm just like
they've tried to add everything to her outfit, and sure. I wonder if Rhea Ripley took her inspiration from Luna.
I don't know. There's a lot going on.
Cheers, Boney.
So they are turning. Lex flies in on a helicopter and slams. It's a USS Intrepid, I'm sure it is.
Well, then maybe they killed the.
This was his face turn. There you go, because he saved America.
Who's this?
Bert
Luger.
Santino.
Okay.
Oh, finally we got a
we know
star
who
on the
this is.
show. The crowd know.
Is this our main event?
Mr. Perfect, of course, it's the main event.
No, we've got about 10 minutes left. Oh, yeah, okay, that's probably about right. Is this Bert Santino? Is he just a jobber? I don't know that name.
I think he's a jobber.
Okay, fine.
This is like Mr. Perfect's last run before he gets that sweet Lloyd's of London money.
He came back in like 2000, didn't he? Or a little bit later?
He came back
2004, something like
in
that.
'97. He went to WCW. He wasn't happy being there as a commentator.
I definitely remember some vignettes in like the 2000s.
He
Maybe
did
I'm
come
wrong.
back in the 2000s. Yes.
What, do you mean WWF?
Yes, he was on the plane ride from
He
hell.
came.
What
He
are you
came back.
talking about?
He was a surprise entrance in the 2002 Rumble, and then he stuck around for about 6 months before he was
Yeah.
sacked after the plane ride from hell. Yeah,
Okay.
because I found like an old Raw from like 2 months ago, and he's wrestling Taz in the opener on Raw. Like, what is this? I've never
Wow.
seen this before in my life.
That's amazing.
It just feels inappropriate. They're like this, just it's like a clash of generations.
Yeah.
I love that for him.
Nice. And Perfect wrestles Brett in the. I think he has just wrestled Brett here at the King of the Ring, where Brett beats Bam Bam in the final. Oh, nice dropkick. Perfect is still only like I think 34 here, and yet he was kind of written
Young
off.
man.
It's so weird how the attitude has changed. Yeah, Mr. Perfect is 35 here, and he's seen like being an old guy.
Mm.
Well, I mean, he'd been around for a long time. I think they just probably they didn't know what to do with him.
Well, back in the day, like the guys broke through like in their early 20s, weren't they? And they were just because they're in the territories, they were wrestling like 6 days a week, 6, 7 days, 8 days a week.
There's 8 days in a
Oh,
week.
I love this. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
double shots
okay.
were a thing, buddy.
This is the thing. So I remember I was watching when the WWE Network first came out. I started watching like the old Raws from like 97, 98 from the start of the
Yeah.
Attitude Era. And the King Lawler and always used to make a point like, oh, we would never be like those WCW. We trump the young guys. We don't have these old guys running around like Hulk Hogan. And I mean, they didn't name check them, but you know who they're referring to. And then you think about what they're doing now, and it's like, we'll bring back Goldberg, we'll bring back Austin, we'll bring back this, we'll bring back that. Didn't
The
last that long.
hypocrisy, John.
Yeah. It was true at the time, though, to be fair.
It was true at the time. They were
It was
definitely
true.
building their own talent. And
I
that's
feel
still the
like-
same talent today that's carrying the dollars. Look at Teddy and Irwin.
It's unbelievable, right? For about 6-7 years, Ted DiBiase had the best hair. JJ, he should be our idol. The best hair and beard combo. Never
should
a
be
hair
your
out of
idol.
place. He
No,
looked.
honestly,
Oh,
the hair and the beard were perfect. Immaculate.
tell you what, Mike Rotundo has gone from being a member of the Varsity Club to a taxman. Speaking of guys who could never get a gimmick, and after
But this was his best gimmick.
he'd have 4 years in WWF, and then he'd go to WCW. It was VK Wall Street.
Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
It's a good job that like there was no social media during this time, because some of these things would have got slaughtered. All of a
I have a
sudden.
soft spot for Mike Rotunda. He looks like my godfather, so I have to just leave it there.
Mike Rotundo. Mike Rotunda, World Tag Team. I think him and Barry Windham became tag team champions at the first WrestleMania.
Betty Windham.
Betty.
Not you, Barry. Not you.
I really like that episode we did. I know it didn't get much love, but
Did IRS do anything after this gimmick?
when he did his taxes,
Okay.
I had no
Fair
idea.
enough. Just curious if there's any got a special kind of
Went and had kids. Did he have Bray Wyatt?
Oh, they were already born here. What are you talking
All
about?
right.
1993.
Rex Steiner. Oh, where's the laugh? Come on, Teddy. Give the people what they want. Give me what I want. Mike Rotunda is such a not quite of the double A level, but just the angry dad. Have you cleaned your room yet?
You better pay your taxes.
Do the laugh.
Teddy could do it all. That's what was great. He was great in the ring. He got a lot of heat for being the rich guy, which isn't hard.
Yeah.
Great on the mic. One of the best that was never the champion.
Well, he was the champion, but
The real champion.
the real champion. Andre gave him the belt, but
Not the belt he bought from
Jack
Andre.
Tunney had to get involved. What a good
Come
way.
on.
Time for one more match? Oh, okay. What on earth?
Jack
Oh,
Tunney was
JJ, did you see the
authority.
video I published in the week with the guy in the hood
Wait,
going around with
time
a
out.
2x4?
Time out. What is happening? Does
He's spinning a 2x4 surrounded by meshing.
is
He's an American hero.
this a music video?
Looks like it. It's a banger, isn't it?
Toe tapper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't touch this.
I can't deal with this anymore.
We can't. Only the white people are dancing. We need to stop.
Speaking of racial stereotypes, look at the white guys try to dance.
Thinking of your next meme.
But you just Vince thought this shit was hilarious. So
I don't know why we're
you're
doing
gonna love this.
And it's so long. Oh my god, it's still happening.
You should be tracking this, Jack. It's ridiculous.
This is greatness.
Do I really want to put people?
So I
through
thought
this?
Mr. Perfect was the main event, but actually, this Jim.
What then? My dancing or actor Jim Duggan?
Just whatever it was that
Oh, managing it.
one of the best intercontinental champions of all time.
Yeah, he's still the narcissist.
Mare Janetti.
Is that another Peter Almeida special? Mate
Mare.
Janetti.
Mare.
Adam Bomb. Oh God, man, this era. How high can Vince's voice get, really?
I don't
None of
know.
the special interview. Right, I've clicked off that. That was painful. Do you think as well, if Brett was in any other era, on Sean, I'll give Sean his credit. If Sean was wrestling, say, in the NXT, WWE era, they wouldn't be tarnished with this new generation era where it just went to.
What?
Right, so 93, 94. So Brett and
Okay.
Sean get tired of the brush. They didn't draw, did they, as champions? 93, 94, 95, 96, bad years of business.
Yeah.
But they are still probably the best two in-ring performers in
Period.
their generation.
Correct.
How do you think they would have fared if they'd have been born like just 5-10 years later?
Got it. And then they would have been part of. Well, they kind
Part of the
would have
Attitude Era properly,
Yeah.
and then part of a new generation, part of the ruthless aggression.
They would have been young in the Attitude Era, right?
And then they've been
And
through when
then-
Benoit comes in and Angle and Eddie.
Yeah.
Well, we can say a little bit for Sean, can't we? Because he came back in what, 01, 02?
He came back in
He was-
sometime 2002.
Sean was around for that, and arguably those were the best years of Sean.
Right. And had some incredible matches.
Again, yesterday was
of them.
the
Like, against
17-year
Taker,
anniversary
Hunter.
of that famous switching music to Shelton in the sky.
Yeah.
And you think, God, where did Shelton go?
He's still contracted.
He's still there.
Are you still there? Trying to bring back the Hurt Business.
He's still there. I love Shelton Benjamin. I mean, I love when they're like, he's so talented, he's so athletic. It's like, you guys didn't do shit with him.
I know.
Anyway, Nick Opalewski.
No, well, hold on. Come
Thanks,
on. Like,
Nick.
the ending was a letdown because of the Jim Duggan.
You.
Right.
Yeah, but also, like, we ended the show with a Hacksaw Jim Duggan music video.
I think if we gave Mr. Perfect 10 minutes and didn't have.
Do you want to watch
that,
more
right, but
WWF Superstars from 1993?
I didn't hate it. I think if I was sat at home on a Saturday morning when I was 4 years old, it would have passed the time.
Yes, when I was 4 years old.
It
There.
would have passed the time.
Dad, what's this?
Not,
I'm hungover, just watched the telly.
The 1, 2, 3 kid match was good.
That was good, and it wasn't even from the show. It was from Raw the week before.
The best match on the card wasn't even on the card.
But, I mean, a wholesome show, JJ. You're a father who's trying to get his kids into wrestling. You'd be fine letting the kids watch that, right? There's no sex or nudity or violence
Seb would have some terrible nightmares about Doink the Clown, I'm sure of it.
or Bastion Bugger.
Yeah, well, terrifying. But he sees that kind of thing when I walk around without a shirt on, so it's not bad.
Awful. Let's say we've tried a bit of 89, a bit
Oh my
of
God.
93. Should we just go back to our roots and stick to some Attitude Era stuff? I mean, watch some stuff from the TBS studios.
Yes. My name is Lacey Almeida, and I approve this message. Please, let's go back to the Attitude Era.
I mean,
Please.
that's
We can do
definitely a
some, we
clip.
can do some 2002 Shawn Michaels if you want next time.
I will watch any Shawn Michaels. Let's just be very clear.
Right, I need to find like a shoot video of this from 2003 where he, maybe. We'll see. I think, luckily, we won't have anything that bad for a long, long time. And we'll try and find some stuff. In the summer, I think 99 gets quite hot. I mean, you and I were talking the other week about the Undertaker's abduction of Stephanie and then the marriage and so 99's a hot year. 98 is a hot summer. And we'll find some stuff in between. But yeah, we won't subject the viewers to this ever again. Sorry, Nick. Thanks for liking and sharing stuff there. No. Anyway, you won't see us for the next couple of weeks. I'm now for the next
We
year.
could say if you have a show that you don't think that we've seen that is better than that, you should message us and recommend it. While if he sneezes all over my promo, yeah, send us recommendations.
I thought Lizzie was just dabbing.
This is the bar. This is the bar that has been set. So can only really go up.
Hey, look, mainly wrestling is a place of star making. I can't wait till JJ gets a call for Gibraltar Championship Wrestling. JJ, can you come and interview for us? No, I can't.
To be fair, so there's a wrestling podcast that I listen to, and they put out a poll that was like, shall we do WrestleMania XXX, or shall we do what is the thing that Braun Strowman's on? Changing the narrative. Control your narrative, right? Should we do WrestleMania 30 or Control Your Narrative? Control Your Narrative is winning at a landslide, and I feel terrible for them. So that's what they're going to have to watch, because their viewers hate them. If you don't hate us, give us a good show to watch.
Say it.
You can find us at Mainly Wrestling on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. He's been John Jacobs. I've been Jack Miller. Hey, 9,000 followers on Facebook, Lissy. Yeah, I know. She's been Lissy Almeida, big star. Doesn't want us anymore. Disgraceful. Well, we'll see you very shortly for episode 3, where we have something much better. Ta-ra!